Hey Internet, Harris here with iDownload Blog. I forgot to hit record the first time I went through this, so this is time number 2. The iPhone 13 mini came out in September of 2021, and while ChatGPT thinks that was 215 days ago, it was actually closer to 600 days ago, about a year and a half ago. And I've been using this every day, and I've kept it while having the opportunity, and while owning the iPhone 14 Pro, I still went back to the 13 mini, which was slower without the new notch thing and a lot of other features, especially in the camera. But here's why I stick with this phone, why I like it, and some of the downfalls today. Okay, so this came out September 21, and since then they've added a new color, green. I still have the white color and I like it. Probably would have gone blue or one of the more exciting colors if I could have done it again. And the price has dropped $100 since it originally came out, although if you buy it refurbished or used, you can save even more money. So at $599, it's not a terrible price for 128 gigabytes, but it's not, iPhone SE level either. Now in terms of storage, I did get the 256 gigabyte model, which is $100 more. And I think that's worth it for me, just the peace of mind. I have a ton of photos and videos, and I don't really ever delete stuff. But I probably could have gotten away with 128 gigabytes. I'm only using 190, and apparently 35 of those gigabytes are from the DJI app, which I could easily delete. So if I needed to, I probably could get by with 128, but I also have a lot of cloud storage, so I don't really need as much storage on my phone. In terms of performance, it still feels really snappy to me. Now, keep in mind, this has the same processor as the iPhone 14, not the Pro, but the regular 14, the A15 Bionic CPU, although the GPU isn't as good as the 14. But that is to say, it still performs really well. When I had my 14 Pro, it did feel a lot snappier, but part of that was because of the ProMotion display and the 120 Hertz refresh rate, which really makes a phone feel snappy. This definitely doesn't have that, and it still feels pretty snappy for me. There are times where I'll be going back and forth between apps, maybe transferring a code or text or something, and one of the apps will reset the screen that I was working on. So I think there are some RAM issues with this phone, but in day-to-day operations, I really don't have a problem with performance on this phone. And everything that I liked about this phone when it first came out, I still like. So it still has all those really core features that make this a powerhouse phone, but just smaller. So it's got MagSafe support, and I use MagSafe every night and pretty much every day during the day now because, well, I do need to charge my phone during the day. I use a MagSafe wallet every day, which I love. It's got the 2 cameras, which I really like, the main 12 megapixel and the wide 12 megapixel. It's got portrait mode, which pretty much every iPhone has now, as well as cinematic video and night mode. Now, it certainly falls short of the new iPhones in terms of camera, and that's really where I think I struggle with this the most. I would just love to have the raw photo capabilities that the iPhone 14 Pro has. That would be awesome, because I carry around the point and shoot just because I do like the little bit of zoom that has, which this phone does not have any optical zoom, much less 3x zoom. And I also love raw photos, so I can take a picture, not really worry about how it looks, and then go and edit it and make it look really good. I do wish this phone had that, but I think your average consumer is not going to be taking raw photos anyway, so that's not a big deal. It also has a couple other small camera features that are lacking. No macro mode, which is actually really cool on the newer, better iPhones. Stabilization features in video would be really nice as well, and then no ProMotion video. So while it doesn't have some of the newer and best camera features of the newer phones, it still has really good cameras. Now, one area where this phone suffers, where it suffered from day one as well, is battery. This never had great battery, and now my battery health is 85%, and it is going to die by the afternoon pretty much every day, even if I'm not using it very much. So I do charge it, and that is a downside, but with external batteries and MagSafe chargers and just how readily available chargers are these days, and as long as I plan ahead, it's fine. And I don't really mind when my phone dies. Maybe I'm kind of spoiled because I have the Apple Watch Ultra, and so I can use that for navigating and calling and texting and listening to music if my phone were to die. But this phone definitely dies quite often if I don't get it to a charger, which is fine. I can live with that, and some days it's nice to have a dead phone. But the reason I love this phone from the beginning and still love it today is because of its form factor. While it's not as immersive for watching video and for texting and web browsing and all this kind of stuff, I like that. It stays out of the way more easily. It fits into more pockets, fits into more cup holders. For my running tights I use in the winter, it fits in that back pocket, no problem. If I'm running and I do need to hold my phone, it's so much less annoying to run with this than a much larger, bulkier phone. There's just so many ways that it stays out of the way, and it's just less phone, less intrusive, and really less high-end in terms of those massive high-resolution displays, which I think is a good thing, not a bad thing. I am certainly trying to find a balance of technology where it's less pressing and less demanding on me, and a smaller phone is that for me. And the 3 or 4 people I know who have gotten this phone this year or the past 6 months also love it. Love how compact it is, love how comfortable it is to hold, put it in pockets, and forget about it. I'm a big fan of the 13 mini. I hope they bring it back, but I don't know that they will. But I think even today, in 2023, more than 215 days later, that a phone that is this capable but this compact is pretty rare, especially from Apple. So I'm a big fan of it. If you're looking for a decent camera, a great design, and a small footprint, this is the phone to get. Okay, that's all. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.